Ladies and gentlemen, yes, 'tis I, KD. Anyways, welcome back to KD Does Commentary. As always, I'm KD. You know the drill, you know the intro by now. I don't know, maybe this is your first time listening to me speak. So, anyways, if it is, hi, nice to meet you. Yeah. I'm doing something a little bit different. I thought, well, I should do a short film. Do something different. Yes, it's considered a short film if it's, I guess it's under, I think if it's under, I don't know, like an hour and 15 minutes. I've seen feature films be released, and I'm like, I don't think that's really even a feature film. I can't remember the rules, but I've seen what? What? I've seen movies be released and they're like an hour and 15, an hour and 17 minutes. I'm like, what? That's practically a short film. I think if it's under that, it's for sure a short film. But definitely if it's this, which is 40 something minutes, I actually just thought of another short film that I really like. Maybe I'll do a commentary track on the future on the future because yeah, we sit on the future. I mean, some people may do that, but I don't do that. Anyways, this is one called Don't Fall Asleep. It is a fan film. I think they even say that in the thing. Oh no, they just call it Don't Fall Asleep, the film. Whoops, sorry. Anyways, I remember watching this when it came out. Um, this was around the year, so this came out in 2016. This was around the year that I was getting into the franchise that is Nightmare on Elm Street, and I was a bit obsessed with the franchise. I still love the franchise. It's just like I'm not as obsessed with it, if that makes any sense. You know what I mean? It's like when you were a kid and used to love, I don't know, like collecting like a toy, or you were obsessed with a toy and now you're like, I'm not really in a way, but you still love it. I mean, I don't know if this is a fair comparison, but anyways, yes, I figured I would try doing a fan film. I think this is like the second fan film I've watched in my life. Actually, no, that's a lie. I've watched three. Um, and the thing with fan films is a lot of times these these people can really they can really impress you. They're typically known to be low budget. I will tell you, if this is your first fan film and you're watching along with me, maybe you're like, hey, I'll check it out. I like Freddy Krueger. I like Nightmare on Elm Street. I like da 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 da. I will tell you, all of these, a lot of times, what? Can't speak. A lot of times, these people that are, acting in it, they're not really professional actors. So the acting might be clunky in places. These are just people who bleed Nightmare on Elm Street. Like, they bleed. Like, whenever you see a fan film, they freaking love the source material that they're basing their film off of. It's not their characters, but they're making it their own, if that makes any sense. So this one is interesting because they got Heather Langenkamp, who is the real Nancy Thompson, to narrate this, which, fuck yes. And it tells a story between Nightmare 1, so the original. It's not called Nightmare 1, but you know what I mean. And the third one, Dream Warriors, which that is an amazing idea. So in a way, to me, and I'm sorry I've been talking for so long, this is like the true Nightmare on Elm Street 2 in a way, because we're seeing Nancy's story. Like, what did she do between 1 and 3? We're about to find out. I have seen this before. It's been a while. It's been a long while. Long time now. I will include a link. It's on YouTube, so it's free. So basically, I'll include a link in the description. All you have to do is open up another tab of the film and a tab of me talking to you, and you can adjust volume accordingly, or you can just mute me if you get sick of me. Anyways, I'm gonna hit play in 3, 2, 1. 3, count and go. They are now called, it sounds like I said they're not called. They're not called, 4 West. Oh, always. That's cute. That is cute. Though she be but little, she is fierce. Hey, I actually understood that. And it was just Shakespeare. Oh, and another one. Oh, that's right. It used to be like them, Neil. So that's an homage to the third movie. Sorry, I had to open that my bubbly. I was parched. I like that they got the font that they used. Either that or they recreated it, which well done. Bless. Ooh, that's loud. Heather Langenkamp has a really soothing voice. So mainly I'm going to be talking about story. I'm not going to like... Wow. Damn, Nancy. With your deep... William Adams. I like how they put Fred Krueger. And Miss Langenkamp narrates it. I like that they put Fred Krueger because it's definitely 3 people wrote this. That's hard. What was I gonna say? You definitely know it's a Nancy film because she calls him Fred Krueger. She's like, Fred Krueger did it. You know? So I like that. Oh my god, I'm like freaking... I keep getting bit by mosquitoes. And I'm itchy, so sorry. If you hear me scratching. Don't fall asleep. I won't. Is that like a handcuff? Okay, a note about the lighting. Why does it look like that? I'm not trying to be... I'm not here to like obliterate. Because I know that this is probably like... It's very indie filmmaking. But, you know, and it's like, shoot, like I've made things where it looks like shit. Where I even act in it and it's like horrible and it will never see the light of day. But, you know, it gets better. Like, this lighting's fine. It's just outside. I'm like, okay, are they trying to get that ambiance of that we're in a clinic of sorts? So this is like right after. You are confused. It's like, Dad, do you believe in ghosts and entities and karma being a bitch because you killed him many years ago? That's what I would have said. Oh, oh. That was a bit of delay. Like, they had that shot. It was a little bit too long. I think if they cut it in half, that would have been like, wow, like great. Because then she like all of a sudden she's like seeing that he's really leaving. You know, like you just need like a little bit of time, and you just go, whoo. But I'm one of those people where it's like in film school, I was like learning about like boom, 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 like what pace I liked, and that's what my Ritalin, chess. This guy has a very familiar face. I like how he moves away. Do not move your... my coffee away from me. Don't. Anyways. Or is that his coffee? Could you imagine if he just moved it away from me? I'd be like, bitch, what? Nante? Is it, I mean, honey, you could see my eye circles from outer space if I wasn't sleeping at all. I mean, it was absurd. Oh. Uh-huh. Don't let this, don't let this, don't let your head, what? It's like, some people got chemical imbalances they can't help. Don't let your head get in your head. Who there? Who's there? I honestly don't remember. Oh, Dad. This is this is kind of a weird scene, and I've always thought it was a weird scene, where he just walks in drunk. I don't know, it was just kind of weird. Like maybe if he entered, I don't know. Like you kind of like trying to think of like how would I do it, which is something I do with like it doesn't matter the budget or what kind of movie. And then we have an Alice cameo. Because I did remember, I somehow, the mom, yeah, I guess was actually a nurse. So they just put in a nice nod to, like, oh, Alice. Oh, Nurse Johnson. He's cute, okay? I like him. I never noticed this. Maybe it's hold on. My brightness? Maybe it's not. He was drunk. Are those Scantrons on the table? Oh, I think they're scorecards. Something tells me he would have drank no matter what, no matter way you reacted. Or what way. Or how you reacted. I can't speak. You have me, my love. Because he loves you. Cheap. What? I got some drugs. Hypnosil. Oh, that's right. Oh wow. He's like, I want in those panties. I just have a problem with authority. She's like, I can handle anything. She's like, I did a line of coke last night. Still fucking standing. I know that she's like sleep deprived, but I don't know if Nancy would be so like snappy. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. A little bit of a sound for you. I don't know if it's just me. It's just the lighting is a bit weird. It's like too dark, which is kind of weird to say about like a horror short film. But yeah, I don't know. I need some water. Give me some water. Oh, she's like, I'm taking a pill. You must disappear. Oh, the thing with the wall. Wait, it's moving, but like she already poured. Oh, I like it the way that they kind of have it shaky. I don't know if it was done in post or done with the camera. It's a bit shaky. But that's like kind of makes it seem eerie. Like, oh, we're in the dream. What boiler room did you use? Oh, but it is. Oh. Well, because you took the drug when you went to bed, so that's not smart. I. Oh, but I can. I remember liking the guy that plays Freddy. Did she just throw herself onto the. Whoa! She was almost gone. What's weird is like she like threw her like she like threw her body onto that random like I don't even know what that was. I get it, she's pissed, but I feel like it's almost like she's about to throw a tantrum. I mean, like Nancy. Bert. She's like, it's not Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice. She's like, don't say his name 3 times, I'll lose my shit. What? So you put him in a coma? But how? What? A real one, not imaginary. Relatable. What the fuck? Don't say his name. Yeah, why isn't she like going, don't say his name to him? I think Chad wants to date me. Oh, I was like, she's like, his strength isn't as what it once was, and then she's like, he's getting stronger. I was like, oh, I thought he was getting weaker, honey. Like possibly. Is it? Is her face like what's the word? Like it's I can't even see her face. It's like all it's like out of focus, but it's like there's like a noise on her face. How did I not notice that before? ISO people and ISO. You could have just had her a little bit off to the side so that she was in the light more. I know not everybody went to film school. It's just, I'm not like a cinematographer. Like, that's not what I went. But I learned a bit. That's cool. I do like that. That's a nice touch. Um, I went to film school, or, that was like my studies, whatever. And we did a little bit of everything. She's like, you believe me now, bitch? Um, but yeah, like I learned, they teach you basic stuff. I have to tell myself, not everybody wins, okay? But there is a lot of like, there is noise involved. You bitch. They keep saying Fred Krueger. He's like, I'm used to sneaking into the women's ward. Like after she got sliced, like you don't believe it? Like what? If you just believe. That Josh Groban song. He sings the shit out of everything. Doesn't he? What are they? Oh, it's coffee. At first it looked like blood. Relatable. Because I'm a van. I saw a person. I thought the corner of my eye, I thought they were buying a huge ass bag full of cloves of garlic. But no, I looked again. It was mushrooms. I was about to be like, are you protecting yourself from vampires, my good sir? Oh, the grocery store is fun. Well, yes, we'll just drug you without your consent, and you're minors. This is just bad. I think they're all minors, yeah, because they're all under 18, right? I think. How old is she in the first movie? She's something teen? Great. Thanks for my quarter cup of coffee, Nurse Johnson, you bitch. I would have been like, I need more than this. An alliance? I sliced her arm and I was like, we were like best friends. Let's color ponies. Let's paint pottery. Excuse me. Oh my goodness, that is unladylike. So unladylike. Oh, I drugged you. You bitch, I would have said. Impossible. You can see whatever. Believing is seeing, my man. See, why is it like he was really orange, and then these guys like he's in the dark frame. It's like there was different lighting for each person, but it wasn't like it was purposeful, if that makes any sense. Where it's like, oh, if I'm interviewing a person on camera, one person's green, one person's red, one person's blue, but it wasn't purposeful. But I still like this because it's telling the story. Ooh, bye. Girl, bye. Why were you just standing there? Whoa. Just disembowel her. Oh, she did. Like that vine. Oh, she did. Oh, she fucking did. Why is everybody in my dream? How did they do the flicker? I like that. They probably had a rig. Like, do you have to like rig it up? I don't know about these things. Okay, this is cool. It'd be cool if they could add. I think color correction would do it fucking amazing. Like, you know what I mean? You're that one. No, that's her Uncle Bill. Could you imagine? No, that's my Uncle Bill. He's kind of a psycho, but he loves me. He chases me. We're like, but then we're fine. Oh, and this guy was, with the spitting of the blood. It doesn't show a lot of it, probably because of budget reasons. Oh, and he like licks it. I wasn't I wasn't lying, you bitch. Just conveniently, those two survive. Because plot. No, I'm joking. Because, I don't know. They actually ran versus those others. They just, like, stopped. I like how she's just known as Nurse Johnson. Does she have a first name? What was her maiden name? I have so many questions. What do you think her name was? I think her first name was Irene. She seems like an Irene. I feel like that fits. Irene Johnson. Irene. I think her name's Irene. Irene! Why are you making me this? Oh, and then flash forward. They just left. They just were like, peace. Oh! How convenient. Is that real? My friends. I think these three were the ones who wrote it. The director's on the right, by the way. BT Dubs. BT Dubs. Look at the picture. And he likes to get in my panties. Wait, what? Why would he have to cover it up? Because they would think, like, oh, they ran, so they killed. It's like, but there's no weapon, boo. All you'd have to do is be like, hey, yeah, they're dead, but, like, I didn't do nothing. Am I the one that doesn't think that the pictures on the bed frame are realistic? Like, look, he likes football. He's a boy. Dream demons? I thought they only existed when you were awake. Fuck. Oh! Oh! I'm gonna stay the night. Oh, look at it. I hope this is it. I think it's a dream. Because of the first one. But I thought you were into survival, Nancy. Holy shit. He's back. Oh, it's like through a drug dealer. That's right. Because I remember in, like, what was it? 88, 89, and the third one? Was she in grad? Did she get into grad school? Maybe, oh, maybe she did. A million babies. What was I gonna say? Um, because in the third one, it wasn't like, it was like clinical trials it only had been through, I think, the drug, Hypnosil. And then it wasn't like FDA approved, I think. It was just like only in clinical trials, like it was experimental drug or whatever. They're like, all Nancy does is talk about stuff. Why did it start to move towards the end of that? I like how she went from, like, can you imagine what we could do with this if we unlock the 90%? And then she's like, let me style you. I'm gonna get drunk. And that is an outfit she wears in the third one. So I'm like, how, lip dip, I cannot speak. How she, recreated it. It was amazing. There is like music that's supposedly for the party, but it's like very faint in the background. Nuts. She doesn't say anything, she just leaves? Oh wow. He was like, I was gonna propose. Is that this? So did they find the exact? Because that is in the third movie. Is that the exact one? The exact church? It probably is. I mean, like whenever there's a lot of light, it's like there's too much light. Well, I just said a lot, so duh. It's like I don't know. And her hair is disappearing in the background, which is why she needs something behind her. The like, she's like now because it's behind her, I can see her hair. She's not disappearing partially, like the hair is not disappearing. That's what I do. I blame everything on the entity. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. It was a guy. He has a hat and he has a pizza face. And he has a sweater. The colors Gucci. Gucci. Oh wow. Gucci. He's like, sure. Oh, they're watching Evil. If you notice, there's Evil Dead 2. You can kind of see it. And I don't know what's underneath. Tapes, y'all. These are called VHS tapes, children. Before you had to watch the whole thing and then you had to rewind it. Oh, she's like, I'm gonna get frisky. I'm gonna kiss you while you're falling asleep because you look cute falling asleep. I'd love a cup. That's funny. Oh, she like just got there. Pabst Blue Ribbon on the do you guys see that on the wall? That is impressive. Is it? Oh, Joel. Wouldn't this work? Because it worked with her. Try hitting him. I don't know. I love broken hair. But what's weird, it's like not coming through his shirt, but it's like on her hands a little bit. Oh, I see it now. He'd be able to survive that. He just wouldn't have to. He just wouldn't. You just have to stop him from bleeding out. See, now he's bleeding a bit more, but when she, it's like you'd have to, you'd have to like cover, like try to stop the bleeding. At least Nancy. She's like, stay with me. It's like, well, don't rub your hands all over it. Like, try to stop the bleeding. Michael Jackson, Star Wars. Oh, I can't see. House on the Left? Is that what it is? Last House on the Left, I think. Have a light this baked. She's like, I don't think that'd be the first thing I would do after my boy was murdered. I think I would be like, hey, but how would you explain that? Be like, oh, he was killed, and yeah, there's no, I didn't do it. Then you'd have to explain. You'd probably have to make up a story like, oh, BT Dubs. She actually, okay, so oh, you'd have to be like, oh, he came in and killed him and then ran. Heather Langenkamp only had maybe like 2 or 3 scenes. Oh, did I see this last time? I don't know. Oh, she's saying Kristen. So she, oh, this is after the third movie. Ooh. Oh. So they're showing, it's weird because they showed a, wait, are they, it's a version of Don't Fear the Reaper. So what was I saying? I don't even know. Um, what? What was I saying earlier than that? I don't know. But it was interesting. So they, oh yeah, I was saying how Heather Langenkamp only had like 3 scenes where she was like saying things and like doing narration. I don't think I remember seeing that ending scene. So what that is that's there. It's a reference to when Nancy dies in Dream Warriors, which spoiler alert, I guess. Sorry. Um, but I mean, it's been years, and I think people have seen it. So yeah. And oh god, no, fall asleep. um, so that's interesting. So that's her, I guess, somewhat in the afterlife, and like the happy version of. Wait a minute. Oh, wait, sorry. I was like thinking of something. Um, so that's her after she dies, and she's basically saying, "I won't rest until he's dead." Um, it's interesting that they did a flash forward when this was a story from, in between the first and the third film. Interesting, like kind of connecting it. So I like it. I think the story's pretty good. Like I said, like there's things about it that are, it's like when it's a person's, I don't know if it's their first film, um, everyone's involved for first film, but it's pretty good considering if it's a low budget and that's like a if it's a person's first film. Um, I like that. I think the decisions they made as to what happened between the two movies was pretty solid. I like the nods to the first movie and the third movie. It's something that you can, because you could tell it was made by fans. Like, they were like, oh, we want these nods to, and the references, and like, oh, yeah, this is the first film and the third film. Um, I liked Heather Langenkamp's parts. I liked what she was saying and how she was narrating it. I thought that was cool. Um, Definitely a labor of love. That's definitely good. But yeah, like the acting wasn't always up to snuff, but that's like I said, they're fans making, they're acting and they're making stuff. But it was good enough, if that makes any sense. I think that the woman who played um, Nancy, I'm sorry, I'm slow, did a good job. I think she looks a lot like Heather, like a young, like they share similarities. I think obviously there's certain like clunky, like the lighting situation wasn't always good. I mean, I've shot stuff outside for crying out loud. I remember I think I finished like right before the sun went down for one of these things, and it was a whole thing. Um, but the good thing about that was it was a mockumentary style, so it was like very like non-professional camera work where it was someone just like following, a lot of like swift and like quick camera movements, um, and uh, very fly on the wall type stuff, random close-ups and whatever. So I kind of was like, what do I have? What can I do? Um, I took into account all that, like what stuff did I have at my disposal that what could I utilize? And I was like, well, it doesn't have to look 100% purdy if it's a mockumentary. I think that's what adds to the humor. And also it was a comedy, so I was like, okay, let's do that. But anyways, yeah, very solid, pretty solid, and also for people don't always expect fan films like, oh, it's a fan film, it's not gonna be good. It's good. I like that it's just a labor of love for Nightmare on Elm Street, and Wes. I think you did Wes proud, so good job, guys. I think You gave Heather Langenkamp great stuff to narrate. Um, Beautiful. I think she did it beautifully. Um, and I like the idea that she had a boyfriend. He died, and that's what pushed her to become involved, like she did in the third movie, to do research to figure out, like, and how do we put a stop to Freddy Krueger or Fred Krueger. Um, that's just genius. Like, you guys, I'm not talking to like the filmmakers, but they really did keep the character, her essence, and how she's like this fighter, survivor, her character traits alive. And I like that. So thank you. Thank you for making this, people of formerly Three Count and Go films, but now Ven Pictures. Thank you for that. And they're also making a documentary about, what is it called? What is it called? About, basically being a Fredhead, which is a Freddy Krueger fan or Nightmare on Elm Street fan. And it's a documentary, and I'm gonna watch it. I'm looking forward to it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, don't fall asleep. Or if you have to, if you work in the morning, I guess you can. Be safe. It's crazy out there. Even when there isn't, a murderous, vengeful maniac, killer. I already say murderous after you, so bye.